school, I was really soft-spoken. I was very timid. So if I spoke very softly, if at all. Unless I was on stage. So when I was on stage, nothing mattered. I would speak as if the world could end and I would still continue speaking. And during those days, back in my school years, there was this gang in school. They were called the No Fear Gang. That's right, that was their name. They were called the No Fear Gang. And you know how it is with these gangs in school. So many rumors about what they did. All the cool school kids, all the school hard cases used to belong to their gang. And there were so many rumors, about them and how they used to meet after school, do all these cool things, and how they used to smoke, and how, oh my God, they actually used to drink on Saturdays, and they used to have this tattoo on their left shoulder that said, "No fear." Yeah, that was a No Fear Gang. And needless to say, I was never part of this gang. Right, but I still remember what this gang was and what they were in school. And there is still a tradition and there is still a rumor in my school that this No Fear Gang exists. That their traditions and their secret rituals and their way of doing things have been passed on from boy to man and then back to boy again. And still in my school, there is a No Fear Gang. No fear. So it's got a good ring to it, right? No fear. No fear at all. Today we are in 2013 and you have been so good as to call me out here to give you a talk on the proven techniques in tackling business challenges. And I must admit that I'm very honored to be addressing it. And I'm also a little bit perplexed. I must admit that when I first got this call to come back here and talk to what are the brightest minds in this country, I was a little bit perplexed. I remember a friend of mine giving me a call and asking me over the phone, "So Pradeep, you're going to give a talk at IIT about tackling business challenges. So what are these proven techniques that you've discovered? Your people were so good to do a nifty bit of Photoshop and put up a poster about this event in which I'm standing there and it looks distinctly like I'm going to be propounding a theory." I don't know how that happened, but it looked like I'm going to be propounding a theory. So a friend of mine said, "Okay, so what is this theory?" And so I came back to him and said, "Sure, I have a theory. I have a theory that I'm going to be propounding about how you can tackle your business challenges." So he said, "All right, what's the theory?" And I said, "You'll have to watch the video on YouTube to find out." So he was quite good about it. He said he'd watch the YouTube video after it's done, and he hung up on me. So this theory, it's called the theory of no fear. Alright? And there are 3 levels to this theory, which I will walk you through over the next 10 minutes, and we will see if we cannot make this session a very memorable one for all of you. Now, there are 3 levels, I said. The first level is this. Every man has one man to back himself up. Himself. The second, failure costs little. And the third level of the theory is this. The storm is always wildest before the calm. The night is always darkest before the storm. Alright, so I'll walk you through this theory and let me see if you have any questions at the end, I'll take them. So, the first half of the theory, which says, Every man has one man to back himself up. Himself. Now notice I said back himself up. That's not even correct English. But what I'd like to tell you is that every man or woman among you has one man or woman to back themselves up. And that is yourself. We have what is in here and we have what is in here. What's in here is our heart and what's in here is our head or our brains. Right? So what's in our heart? Our passion is in our heart. Your heart is what you're passionate about. See, there is one secret to success and happiness. One secret only. Do what you love and love what you do. The world will pay you for it. Do what you love and love what you do, and the whole world will pay you for doing it. And that is the secret to both success and happiness. See, notice I said success and happiness. There are so many people today in the world who are successful but not happy. If you do what you love and love what you do, you will be successful and you will be happy. What do I love? I love writing. I like design. I like art. I like beauty. So I run a marketing company. I run a company that helps other companies get more visibility. Now, get more visibility and get more customers. And where do I run this company? I run it on the internet because I think that that is where the next generation is going to come from. I run it on Facebook, I run it on Twitter, and I like doing it. I love doing it because that's what I love, and as long as I love what I'm doing and I'm doing what I'm loving, I don't think there's any problem there at all. Now the second half of your heart is in your head. Your head is your ideas. Your ideas will help you tackle your business challenges. You have to have an idea, and ideas will come. Let me make one thing very, very clear. Okay? Please read my lips. No one will steal your idea. Let me repeat that very, very clearly. No one will steal your idea. Okay? So I could right now on stage give you a couple of ideas and you can all try to steal them or you can try to do them and none of it will work. Okay? None of it will work. Because even if people try to copy somebody else's idea, what they would build would be something completely different. Would be some shadow of what that man had in mind because they don't have what's in here. See, your idea is a fruit of what's in here. And if you have this, you can do this. And you have a lot of ideas. See, a lot of business entrepreneurs, I find that they have so many ideas. I have an idea to sell hair. I have an idea to start a garment company. I have an idea to start a food chain. I have an idea to start a library. I have an idea to start a school. But I obviously can't do all of my ideas. So what do? I pick one by one my ideas and I do them one after the other. So how do I pick my ideas? See, here's a good yardstick to pick an idea which is going to solve a business problem. There has to exist one small, definite set of people who desperately need your idea. Okay? Let me make that very clear. These people, they may be a small set of people. For example, I will tell you what is more preferable. It is more preferable to have one small set of people with strong desire for your idea rather than have the whole world with weak desire for your idea. Think of, for example, you have an idea to build a back rub machine. A back rub machine. So this machine, all it does is rub your back for you. And now you say that the whole world needs my idea because everybody wants a back rub. And I say the whole world doesn't need your idea because if the whole world needs it, it's on a very small level. But there are infinite working women across the world who need a back rub machine. And that's where you've got a winning idea. Because you've got a smaller set of people who really, desperately, definitely, without a doubt, need your idea. And that's the second half of the first equation. See, you have yourself. I remember I once turned to my marketing head and I said, see, if this whole company were to come crashing down tomorrow, I would still be able to build it back up from scratch because I have myself and I have the things I love and I'm doing the things I love. So I'll still be able to build it back up. And that's the confidence that I have. And I hope that you have it too, because that's going to help you solve your business problems. Everybody has somebody. You have you. And you have your great family around you. You have your friends. You have your friends' friends. You have your friends' friends' friends. And you have Facebook. If everything else fails, right? Everybody has something. Now, the second thing that I was going to talk about, that second level of the theory of no fear, is this: failure costs little. Failure costs little. I remember I was watching this video of the guy who built SoundCloud. All of you know SoundCloud is a big thing in the world today. It's making millions of dollars, making a lot of money. It's a big site. Everybody's using it. And this guy was at an award ceremony and somebody had just given him an award. So he was just holding it very casually there and he was looking at somebody talking to him in the camera. He wasn't even facing the camera. He was just looking away somewhere there. He wasn't facing the audience. I mean, a lot of us in India have this thing, you face the audience at every point in time. He wasn't doing that. He was looking away, and so he looked at the person who was asking the question and said, "Now, if you have an idea, you should go do it. The cost of failure is very little. The cost of failure is nothing. You can fail. Everybody will fail. Notice that I'm saying will fail and not may fail. Everybody fails. So what? There is one very iconic movie in life. I hope all of you have watched it or heard about it. It's called Rocky. Yeah? So if you have not heard about it, there's something wrong with the IIT syllabus, right? We should rewrite it. Now, this movie has Sylvester Stallone, and there is this one iconic moment where he's looking into the camera and he's saying, "It don't matter how many times you fall down. What matters is how many times you get back up." Right? So he looks at the camera and he says that. And for all of you people, Sylvester Stallone had face paralysis. That's why his voice and his intonation was like that. Everybody fails. I failed. I may have tried to build a website. I mean, right when I was earlier days in my business, I thought, okay, let me build a website because websites do really well these days. So I thought I'll build a website and I thought I would build something cool. We tried to build it. For some reason, it didn't work. It may not have worked because, it's not that the idea was bad, it may have not worked because I tried to do business with another friend of mine, and sometimes friendship and business don't mix. So things fail. So your friend might bail on you, you may bail on your friend, money comes in the way. Sometimes friendship and business doesn't work. I'm not saying it never works, but I'm saying sometimes it doesn't work. Everybody failed. Do you think that Mark Zuckerberg just woke up one day, wrote a program that can add friends and rate people, and therefore the next day Microsoft came to him and said, "We'll give you $50 million, you're funded"? Do you think that's what happened? Do you think that Steve Jobs fell out of bed one day and said, "Hey, there's an iPhone, and I'm going to sell that iPhone to everybody else," and after it became a $100 billion company? It's not how it happened. They all failed. They tried a couple of things, they built a couple of things, they failed, and then they got back up again. Everybody fails, and everybody gets back up again. If they don't get back up again, then they're probably a nobody. Alright? So the third thing that I have to explain to you. Notice I'm going a little bit fast. If I am going too fast for you, please let me know. I don't believe in talking for too long. So I mentioned very clearly at the beginning, this is going to be a short lecture. At the end of it, if you have questions, I'd rather take those. Right, so what's the third point that I was talking about? The storm is always wildest before the calm. The night is always darkest before the dawn. There are going to be times in your entrepreneurial life, there will be times, these are business challenges, because there will be times when your problems seem to be never ending. I mean, your employees will go on leave, your employees will want higher salary, you won't get funded, the client whom you've been having for the past 3 years will say, okay, no, I don't need you anymore. Employees may go on leave. Okay, I run a service-based company, so employees going on leave is a big thing for me. Right, so there will be a lot of problems coming by to you. And I know that there will be a time when you will want to look at your problems and say, enough, I'm really tired. I'm going home. I want my mommy. I give up. I'm retiring hurt. So I know that there will be these times. And I've had them myself. So when I wake up in the morning, I'm thinking, okay, what next? What do I do next? What's going to take me to the next level? I need forward. And then there are so many problems. So at these points of time, I want you to remember this, what I just said, that the night is always darkest before the dawn. Problems can never succeed. They can never be continuous. Right? There will be a time when you will see an opportunity to end your problems, and then you will go on to bigger problems. Right? But problems can never succeed over you. You can succeed over your problems. I had problems too. I told you there was this business venture where I was trying to build a website and trying to build it with my friend. Didn't work out, the website didn't work, my friend left me, we never spoke to each other again. Still don't talk to each other. So that's sad. But the thing is, at that point of time, when I was really low, I decided, okay, so here I am, I'm still alive, I still have this and I still have this. What can I do? So I said, okay, so let me do social media or let me do Facebook because I'm pretty good at marketing, I'm pretty good at writing, I'm pretty good at aesthetics, I love art, beauty. So let me do some marketing. So I said, okay, let's start a social media company and let's have a very, very small office. So it's just the office is just as big as, you can stretch out your leg and the office is over. So let's have a small office and let's have one employee and let's start. Because I don't know, it may work, it may not work. It looks like an opportunity. Let me try it. It's worked, right? So it's been a great ride. Things have been working. I don't know whether it's going to continue working forever, but I'm sure it will work in different forms. The fact is, the thing that I want to drive home to you is something magical always happens in your life or in entrepreneurial life. Turn around. There will be somebody out there who's going to give you $1 million. There will be somebody out there who's going to tell you that your idea is great. There will be somebody out there who's going to give you more business. There will be. Okay? There will never be a time when your problems will get over you. You will make it over your problems. That's the kind of confidence that I want you people to have. And these are the 3 secrets of the theory of no fear. The idea is that we should have no fear. Have no fear. I remember there was this really famous song at one point of time. It said, which can best paraphrase the theory of no fear. It says, I'm not afraid to take a stand, so everybody just hold my hand. What song is that? Eminem? Okay. I'm a little bit unconventional, I quote from a lot of people. Right? So Eminem said, I'm not afraid. Take a stand. I believe in what I'm going to be doing. So I'm going to be doing it. And I will succeed. Someday, if not today, maybe tomorrow, if not tomorrow, maybe next year, but I will succeed. And that kind of no fear attitude is what will help you tackle every business problem. I remember we live in a great country. We live in an absolutely great country where there are so many talented people, where there are so many big ideas. The world is traveling to India. 2 days from now, there's going to be a very famous man who's going to come down here and do a show in which he's going to say that a few years from now, everybody's going to be beige. Not black, not white, everybody's going to be beige. Right? So, we live in a great country. We live in a great country and we're surrounded by great people. And we have a great family to back us up. And we have a great institution that's behind us. You go out there and you say IIT. And they'll be like, whoa, that's something big. You must be really smart. Right? So have no fear. I remember, I'll end you with this. I remember Rabindranath Tagore once said that where the mind is without fear and the head is held high, into that heaven of freedom, my Father, let my country awake. Let my country awake. Have no fear. You will definitely be able to solve every one of your business problems. And here's the final corollary to my theory. Have no fear. But even if you
Social.in, the original SPO company.
When you shake Warren Buffett's hand, let your hand not shake. Thank you.